Hi, and welcome to Fantasy Corner. This is our first week of Waiver Wire Picks. I'm John Wolf, and this is my co-host Casey Groff. Let's get started with Week 3. At the quarterback position, our pickup this week is Kirk Cousins from the Washington Redskins. With RG3 out possibly 6 to 8 weeks, Kirk Cousins is a strong pickup if you're looking for someone who has a decent upside with a borderline QB1 and good QB2 potential. 250 yards passing last week, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and is a true pocket passer. So if you don't have a solid quarterback or a backup and are looking to pick up someone who has proven he can play as he did last year, he might be able to bring you a few more points than other starting quarterbacks like Chad Henne, Josh McCown, and the like.
Moving on to running backs, my pickup of the week has to be Knile Davis of the Kansas City Chiefs. He's going to be starting for Jamal Charles due to the injury he suffered against the Broncos and has proven already to be fantasy friendly, scoring 2 rushing touchdowns in the loss last week to Denver. He also racked up over 100 all-purpose yards on the day, so if he's still available in your league, don't be afraid to use him until Charles gets healthy. Your best bet is to pick him up quickly because word will spread if he has another game like last week.
As far as wide receivers go, Fantasy Corner analyst Kevin Posh has James Jones of the Oakland Raiders on his pickup list. Who else do they have in Oakland to throw to who is going to produce consistently? He has 12 receptions for 146 yards and 2 scores in the first 2 games, which helps his fantasy value immensely. And even though the Raiders are playing the Patriots, who have a solid secondary, not to mention Revis Island, you still want to pick him up just for the sake of holding on to a receiver who has wide receiver 1 potential, especially with the running game in question with MJD out and Derek McFadden, who can be inconsistent.
For tight ends, we have Niles Paul from Washington, who had a very solid game in Week 2 when Jordan Reed went out. He should be available in most leagues and was a featured target of Kirk Cousins, who we mentioned earlier. This makes sense since both players were backups and had a lot of second-team reps together in the preseason. So if you're struggling at the tight end position, or if you're in a 2 tight end league, don't hesitate picking up Paul from the waiver wire and using him while Reed is out.
Last but not least, kickers and defense. We've got Cody Parkey from Philly, who has scored 12 points in each of his first 2 games, and is 5 for 5, including 1 for 1 from 50 yards or more. Not a well-known name, but still should be available on the wire.
As far as defenses go, if Buffalo's defense is still available, pick them up quickly. They have racked up over 5 takeaways in 2 games and have 6 sacks as well. It might be a below-average start against San Diego and Phillip Rivers, but they're a surprisingly good defense who held off a healthy Bears offense that is arguably one of the best wide receiver duos in the league.
That's our show for Week 3. Stay tuned next week for our waiver wire pickups of the week. As always, thanks for watching Fantasy Corner.